Hi everyone, I am Akshay D and I am from Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering. I am going to explain about the superposition theorem. In the superposition theorem, I have prepared some slides and I will explain that slides. First slide. First slide is introduction. Introduction to network analysis and superposition theorem. Network analysis is a technique used to analyze electric circuits and determine various parameters such as voltage, current, and power. The superposition theorem is a method used to analyze linear circuit with multiple impedance sources. In this presentation, we will focus on using the superposition theorem to find the current through a true ohm resistor connected between point A and point B network. I have created the three diagrams, diagram A, diagram B, and diagram C. We have seen. Next slide. Next slide is a breaking down the circuit. To apply the superposition theorem, we need to break down the circuit to individual sources. In our case, we will consider two independent sources, a current source and a voltage source. We will calculate the current through the true ohm resistor caused by each source, separated then them together to find total current. We have seen the figures. Next slide. Next slide is calculating the current caused by the current source. To calculate the current caused by the current source, we temporarily remove all other sources from the circuit. We replace the voltage source with a short circuit and consider only the current source using Ohm's law V1. We see in the picture P is considered as a power, I is considered as a current, V is considered as a voltage, R is considered as a resistance. We have in circle, we have used some formulas to find the Ohm's law. Next slide. Next slide is a calculating the current caused by the voltage source. Similarly, to calculate the current caused by the voltage source, we temporarily remove all other sources from the circuit. We replace the current source with an open circuit and consider only the voltage source. Using Ohm's law, we can find the current through the 2 ohm resistors caused by the voltage resistor. Current formula is a current to find the current formula is I is equal to V by R. To find the voltage is a V is equal to I into R. Next slide. Next slide is adding the individual current together. After calculating the current caused by each individual source, we add them together to find the total current through the true 2 ohm resistor. Since the superposition theorem states that total response is the sum of individual response, we can directly add the current obtained in the previous steps user build. We have created some the circuit. In this circuit, we have used some resistors to find the R V. Using the formula we have find. Next slide. Next slide is a practical exam circuit diagram. Let's consider a practical example to further understand the application of the superposition theorem. Present a circuit diagram that includes the truth diagram 2 ohm resistor connected between a points A and B analog with the components and impedance sources. Label the current source and voltage source for the clarity. I have also created the three diagrams we have seen it. Next diagram. Next slide. Practical example calculating current caused by the current sources. Using the circuit diagram for the previous slide, show the step-by-step calculations to find the current caused by the current source alone and include the values of the components, the formula used and the result you third bullet. The formula is equal to E is equal to V1 plus V2 and I is equal to I2 plus I1. Next slide. Next slide is a practical example. Calculating the current caused by the voltage source. Using the same circuit diagram, show these calculations to find the current caused by the voltage source alone and provide the necessary formulas, values and the final result your third building. We are using the 4 ohm resistor, 3 ohm resistor and voltage of 9 volts and 6 volts. We have applied the KVL to this circuit. Next is a practical example, total current and conclusion. Show the final step of the adding the individual currents together to find the total current through the 2 ohm resistor. Provide the final result and concluding the presentation by emphasizing the effectiveness of the superposition theorem in analyzing the example circuits. Use the red bullet. We have applying the same circuit to KVL and consider the values. This is my presentation. I am in the presentation. Thank you.